Turning now to our continuing coverage of this morning's attack at the Coast Guard headquarters in Grand Haven. Police say that a man rammed his truck through the gates of the facility after he had called in a bomb threat. This all happened before he broke in, assaulting officers inside. The man is now in custody, and the investigation is now working on two fronts. We know that the suspect is a 34-year-old Michigan man who is now in custody pending charges. This as a possible connection between the suspect and a huge fire before all of this in Oceana County. Tonight in Grand Haven, all clear has been given that once had some residents required to shelter in place and part of the popular town shut down. This all went down on Harbor Drive today, the main drag there along the lake shore in Grand Haven that packs with tourists when the weather is nice. And take a look here as we zoom in. This is the gate that the suspect charged through before pulling the truck behind the building. You can imagine this caused chaos at that scene. Let's get out now to 24-hour News 8's Heather Walker, who has been there all evening gathering the latest information from police and witnesses, and where there are still efforts to secure happening even tonight. Heather, good evening to you.
Good evening, Leon. Yeah, the Grand Haven Coast Guard station is on high alert tonight. I'm going to get out of the way so you can see behind me there is a manned snowplow there and some cement blocks that are guarding the entrance where the fence was knocked out. No one is getting through without being checked. This is a video from earlier tonight. A truck came to make a delivery, and you can see before they were let in, the truck and the driver were inspected. Now, the actual attack that happened this morning went down very quickly, and the response was just as fast.
They had him on the ground, had handcuffs on him, but then when I saw one of the policemen with what I refer to as a SWAT gun, said there, I will, uh-oh, something isn't right here.
Witnesses watched from their homes as the area was put on lockdown. According to police, a 34-year-old man in a silver pickup drove into the Grand Haven Coast Guard security gate, then proceeded to break into the building, attacking a Coast Guard personnel inside. Police tell us just minutes before the suspect called the Ottawa County Sheriff's Department and said he was going to blow up the Grand Haven station.
The call was received at dispatch at 6:07. We were dispatched at 6:07. We were there 3 minutes later, and he had already driven through the gates.
The suspect was apprehended by the Coast Guard and then arrested by police. No bomb was found.
The suspect is not from Grand Haven. We're unclear on whether he is acting alone.
Police initially investigated the incident as an act of domestic terrorism because it was an attack on a federal building. However, no links to terrorism or a terrorist organization were found. The suspect was taken in for questioning, but police have not said if the interview provided any answers for a possible motive.
Grand Haven is extremely safe. This is an isolated, certainly extraordinary isolated incident.
There are still lots of unanswered questions tonight. Police are remaining tight-lipped about the suspect. However, we do expect to learn more in court tomorrow when the suspect is arraigned. Live in Grand Haven, Heather Walker, 24-hour News 8.
Thank you, Heather. We have learned more about the man who was arrested and another incident police are connecting to him and the investigation in Grand Haven. The fire was in southern Oceana County at a hobby barn designed to look at a gas station. Happened around 4 o'clock this morning, 2 hours before the gate was rammed at the Coast Guard. Oceana County officials say that the man involved with the Grand Haven incident is a suspect in what they believe is an arson case. The suspect has now been taken to an Ottawa County jail where he could face a multitude of charges. We do know that the owner of the property is a relative of the suspect in this case. We are working to learn more, and of course we'll have a lot more on this tomorrow as we continue to dig deeper into this situation, both there on the ground in Grand Haven and at large as far as how this is going to impact how the Coast Guard operations happen there at that facility. Any developments from overnight will be on the air starting at 4:30 tomorrow morning. That's for Daybreak, and of course the latest all the time at woodtv.com.